Well, I think that English only it's a disservice to the people of our country and to what our country stands for. Uh, we don't have a national language, and that's because most of us, our relatives came from other places. English is a difficult language to learn. Most of us have a hard time mastering one Romance language after having it all through junior high, high school, and college. So you can only imagine how hard the English language would be to master for someone. I've had the privilege of working for over 2 years with our Hispanic community and those from Mexico, Central and South America, and I've yet to meet someone who doesn't want to learn English. So they come here, they live in their countries and work for years to save up the money it'll take for them to come here and to bring maybe one or two of their children with them. They can't even afford to bring their whole family. They come here, they want to succeed, they want to make money for their family, they're going to learn English, but they're just not there yet. And beyond that, they bring a richness in their culture that is to our benefit to adopt. I think learning Spanish is essential right now. The first reason for learning a language, I think, is to understand the beauty of another culture. But even pragmatically, right now, the face of our nation is becoming Hispanic. We have a growing population in Nashville. We have a new parish that just opened up. And so my ability to speak with them will help me understand them as not just fellow human beings, but as my fellow countrymen. So Spanish is a very important language. It's a beautiful language. It's a rich language that represents over 19 different countries. So I think Spanish is a great language, yes, to be studying. We have nothing to lose by inviting everyone here. I realize there are limitations to how much we can actually serve every single culture that comes to our country. But just because we feasibly can't do everything we want doesn't mean we shouldn't try. And there is no harm in allowing people to speak Spanish because there's no danger of them not wanting to learn English. It's too important to succeed.
Well, I remember when I came to Nashville for the first time and flew into the Nashville airport and got off the plane, and the first thing I saw was "Welcome to Nashville, Bienvenidos a Nashville." I saw the welcome sign translated into Spanish. That's what caught my eye. Being a Spanish professor, it may have been translated into other languages as well. And I just thought that that was a really nice way to greet people who come into Nashville. And having English as the official language and the wording of this proposal, it makes me wonder if in the future if we would be able to have official signs translated like that particular sign into other languages. And I'm worried with this proposal that there may be a lot of repercussions of the action if it is voted in that we haven't even thought about. And that's just a simple example, but I think that it kind of gives an idea. Being a Spanish professor, I try to get my students involved in the immigrant community, especially working with the Spanish-speaking population. And a lot of times what we're doing is teaching English. And so we have seen firsthand, how difficult it is to learn English. Of course, my students are struggling to learn Spanish, and so they already sympathize with people who are learning another language. And they know that it takes a long time, it's a lot of work, and it's something that everybody wants to do. Everyone who we've come into encounter with, they've all wanted to learn English, but it just takes a while. For example, we've been in a lot of contact with the Cuban community, and they come to the United States through the United States Immigrant Resettlement Program. They're often sponsored by Catholic Charities, and so they come here legally. They are sent to different areas of the country. The ones that we've met have been sent to Nashville, not because they chose Nashville, it's just that's where they were told to go. And so they come here, and it takes a period of a few years for them to learn English, to really be able to function in the language. In the meantime, they are going to depend on volunteers, or they may have friends, there may be members of the family who can translate for them, but it takes a while. And they want to learn English. They may not be able to afford, formal classes at like a Berlitz school or English as a second language center or university classes, but they'll go to informal classes that are often held at community centers or through churches, and it's pretty heartwarming to see people who have worked real hard all day long. These might be drywall hangers, for example, and that's tough work. And they'll go home, take a shower, grab their spiral notebook, and then they'll head to their English classes. And they will know where they can go in the community for English classes. It might be 5 nights a week that they'll move from one to another, and that shows the dedication on their part to try to learn the English language. Sometimes people think maybe they're lazy and or they just don't want to learn English, and that's just not true. And first of all, they're not lazy, and second of all, they do want to learn English, but it just takes a while. Sometimes I think that we're fortunate that we were able to learn English just the natural way, as children do, because English is a difficult language to learn. It's very difficult to learn the pronunciation of English. We don't have good pronunciation rules. It's not like a language like Spanish where you can just sound it out. In English, you've basically got to be, you really have to be taught the pronunciation of each word, and spelling, very difficult in English. So yeah, so it's definitely not an easy language to learn.